Hey guys, welcome back to Love is Strange. And finally, I'm gonna play Victoria's Route. Yeah, that's the last character that I have not touched on. And I also realized that for Rachel's route, I didn't get a kiss, but I could have gotten a kiss. And I will eventually replay Rachel's route to get that kiss once I figure out. But let me just do Victoria's route first. Okay. Oh, finally. Yes, for sure, even though we hesitate. I'm about to do the dumbest thing I've ever done. As I get up from my desk, I feel my body turn stiff and robotic, like it's trying to protect me from the humiliation that I'm about to suffer by paralyzing me. But I force my way through it. Come on, Max, just walk right on over to Victoria Chase, who could ruin your reputation with a single status on the social media of her choice. Victoria Chase, who is, in fact, incredibly talented and could help you produce something amazing, if only you could get her to treat you like a fellow human. I should seriously turn my ass right back around and sit down, but I keep walking. Victoria only seems to notice me once I'm standing right above her. Never want to settle for being at anybody's feet, she immediately pushes her chair back, stands, and then kind of looms. I think I just shed a brick. What's up, sour grapes? Yep, this was a hella bad idea. I try not to look like I've just made a huge mistake. Oh, so clever. I take it you'll be entering. Yeah. I'm stalling for time, thinking about changing my mind. Victoria's looking at me expectantly. She can really make people feel like they're nothing with just one look. That's what sparks the determination in me. I feel bold for a moment and I grasp onto it before it slips away. Here goes nothing. I want to work with you. Victoria looks stunned. Her impression is so satisfying. Excuse me? I talk fast before my bravado disappears entirely. We both take photography way seriously. We both came to Blackwell to work on our photos and get better, right? We're both into the same artists and the same eras. And I know you're practically an expert. I know we don't really see eye to eye and your style is almost completely opposite of mine, but I think we've got the best chance of winning if we work together. Will logic win over her? I have no idea. I haven't even fully thought out this insane desire to work with her. Her eyes narrow to slits. She's probably going to laugh in my face. I bet she wants this to be her versus me competition. I hold my breath. Finally, she speaks slowly. You're not as dumb as you look. Thanks, I think. And then she sits down. I stare at her. Was that a... Victoria waves a hand at me, irritated. Come talk to me after class, okay? Get out of my face. I think that was a yes. We're interrupted by Mr. Dog, trailing back to the front of the classroom and clearing their throat. Okay, keep hearing this. Finally, she straightens her... Wait, hold on. Just as Victoria asked me to, I walk over to approach her. She takes her time gathering her books and ignoring my existence. I wait. Finally, she straightens and gives a sharp jerk of her head. Well, what are you waiting for? Oh. After giving Mr. Dog our names for the registration sheet, I rush to follow her to the door. We'll meet tomorrow morning at the Tin Bucket of a diner. I'll text to let you know the exact time. The 2 whales? Isn't that what I just said? No. Do you need my number? Victoria shoots me a withering look. Guess not. So she already has it, huh? That's all. Be prepared tomorrow and do not be late. With a dismissive flick of her wrist, Victoria separates from me and takes long strides down the hall, and her head held high. I watch her go. I can't believe that worked. What have I gotten myself into? Tuesday. Usually I feel totally at ease in this environment. In the middle of the frantic breakfast rush at 2 wheels, complete with an atmosphere so loud and varied it makes it hard to nod off. The diner is alight with a manner of different faces. Hungry truckers tapping their feet and banging their large fists against the counter. Sleepy locals engaging in quiet conversation over steaming coffee mugs. Families dabbing at the faces of their children. And the already overworked staff bumbling about with a speed and accuracy I sure wouldn't be able to accomplish without falling over. And it's only 10 in the morning. It seems way too loud for it to be that time, but that's the beauty of morning rush, I guess. Well, to be more accurate, it's only 9:58. I woke up this morning to a text from Victoria, demanding to meet up at 10 a.m. or never. Checking my phone to make sure I have the time right, I drum my fingers against the table to burn off the excess energy from my nerves. If I were to be meeting up with Chloe, I wouldn't be nervous at all. Well, maybe a little nervous that she'd leave me waiting for way too long. I can't help the little smirk that overcomes my lips at the thought, because I know for a fact that she definitely would. She always tells me I'd better not be late, but she always is. It's fine though. I guess I've learned to deal with the wonky schedule of one Chloe Price. That's what you get when you pledge your loyalty to the captain. There's no room for me to be that upset. Being first mate isn't all it's cut out to be. Oh, she's denouncing her love for Chloe. Ugh, what's up with that look on your face? I jump in my seat at the sudden voice, and the smile dissolves quickly off my face. Victoria Chase is standing over my table, arms crossed and expression sour. I must have been so deep in my thoughts that I didn't even notice her coming. So much for preparing myself to deal with this. I looked down at my phone to check the time. 10 a.m. Sharp. I don't know why I'm surprised. Of course she'd be as punctual as possible. When I pulled my gaze off my phone, I realized that she still made no effort to sit down. I can't help myself from thinking that she's probably trying to use that as some leverage on me. As if she doesn't have enough control over all of Blackwell. God, are you deaf or something? I asked you a question. That sparked some annoyance in the back of my mind, and I hurried to respond. So it be like sassy or... I know that if I play this wrongly, I might not get a kiss. I should have planned this ahead. Let's be sassy. I crossed my arms looking up at her. Wouldn't you like to know, Victoria? For a second I swear I can see her eyes widen. And narrow again as she looks miles more irritated than before. I can tell this is going great already. I resist the urge to do a major facepalm. Just so I can mentally prepare myself to deal with a freak like you. The words actually do sting a little. I sink back against my seat slightly, hoping she wouldn't notice. The edge of her lip quirks up anyway, so I guess she must have. That just makes this whole situation worse. I have a feeling that Victoria is also attracted to someone who is like confident or like not how she seems to be. I don't really explore much of the chase field, but alternate chase field though is a really interesting thing to go into. Like a lot of people think it was canon that in the alternate reality where Max saved William's life, Victoria and Max were like possibly a couple or something. Yeah. The edge of her lip quirks up anyway, so I guess she must have. That just makes this whole situation worse. Cut it out, Victoria. You're the one who showed up anyway. I roll my eyes and Victoria snorts immediately after. Luckily, she doesn't counter with anything else. I really don't think it's a good sign for our project if we start arguing this early on. That's probably too much to ask for, considering who I'm working with. Whatever, let's not waste any more time. Does that mean you're going to sit down? Victoria's eyebrows twitches at my assertion, and I can't stop myself from smiling smugly. I half expect her to say something. Instead, all she does is huff and tuck a lock of her hair behind her ear, sliding effortlessly into her seat. It's too early to deal with you, Caulfield. Too early? It's already 10 in the morning. I raise a brow at her. Even Chloe would have called me out earlier. I raise an eyebrow at her. Even Chloe would have called me out earlier than this. Victoria shoots me a look and averts her gaze to one of many waitresses passing by, as if that will make them show up any faster. Some people actually need their beauty sleep. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it with how you look. Ouch, she's on a roll today. I cross my arms, watching her warily. Seriously, if you were going to come here just to insult me, why did you even agree to work with me? Victoria pauses and then pinches the bridge of her nose. So many face palms from Victoria. Don't flatter yourself. Before Victoria can finish her response, a waitress finally shows up to take our orders. Victoria, of course, wastes no time. Coffee, black. She shoots me a look as if I'm the reason she's getting something so strong. I stand my ground, staring right back. For maybe a little too long, because Victoria clears her throat and gestures to the waitress. We don't have all fucking day, Caulfield. My ears burn and I avert my gaze. Just coffee with bacon and eggs. Once the waitress pens down our orders and spits away, the atmosphere feels just as tense as before. Victoria is extremely quiet and I can't find the words to say. It always feels like talking to Victoria is like trying to avoid stepping on landmines. It almost makes me regret my decision a little, but I quickly dash that thought from my mind. I know why I picked Victoria to help me. I've seen her work before, and for someone so sour, she has a ton of talent. I guess I've always wondered why someone so talented has to be such a jerk. She has everything, so what does she get from tearing everyone down? I peek at her again and catch her looking out the window instead of at me. There's this little furrow in her brow, as if she's thinking about something. It's probably something about me. Maybe she's questioning this decision just as much as I am. Hey, Victoria. Victoria turns her head to look at me, brow still furrowed. She opens her mouth to respond. Our waitress comes by and drops off our drinks. Whatever she was going to say is swallowed up by her taking a hold of her coffee and taking a sip. I almost want to wince, imagining how bitter that was. So, our project. Right. Wow, this is like the same thing. Careful choices. Do you have any ideas? What do you have in mind? I think this sounds safer. Since I'm dealing with Victoria, it's probably easier to ask her what she has in mind first. What do you have in mind? Do you have any idea? We both stopped short and our sentences totally mismatched. It takes me a moment to realize what she was trying to say and really, I'm surprised. Was she actually asking me for my opinion? I see her grip tighten on her mug and she turns her head away from me and looks out the window. Oh my god, so Cinderella. I blink hard, but there's no way the light pink dusted over her cheeks is real, but as soon as I do, it's gone and she's glowering at me again. Were you seriously asking for my opinion? Don't tell me you're planning to peg all the work on me, Caulfield. Her eyes are narrowed, tone almost downright poisonous. I groan softly at the accusation. That's not what I meant. This is a collaboration, in case you forgot. Maybe if you got your head out of the clouds once in a while, you'd realize that. I furrow my brows, a little irritated. Does she seriously think I was trying to push all the work on her? I tried to be considerate, and all I did was get yelled at. Well, I mean, we should probably figure out where we're going to shoot, right? Victoria hums in agreement at my words, seemingly placated for now. That's right. Since the focus is Arcadia Bay, it shouldn't be hard to find a suitable spot. Are you saying you know a good place to shoot? She pauses and taps her fingers against the table. Of course, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you a chance to prove yourself. I can't help but snort a little, and Victoria shuts her eyes at that, annoyed again. At least that's what it looked like, but then she continues easily. As I was saying, I'd like to hear your opinion on the matter. Victoria's gaze zeroes in on me, and I instantly feel more than a little awkward underneath her judgmental eyes. It makes me more nervous than it should, and I swallow dryly and search and reach for... It makes me more nervous than it should, and I swallow dryly and reach for my coffee. In all actuality, I don't really know if I'm good enough for this. The fact that Victoria is asking my opinion is more than a bit intimidating. I could think of a few, but I'm not really sure they're... Don't. I wouldn't ask your opinion if I didn't think you were somewhat competent. Victoria huffed and I rubbed at the back of my neck. Is that supposed to be a compliment? I've got something in mind too, fortunately for you. Really? Victoria purses her lips, resting her elbow on the table and looking over at me again. Yes, I do. Clean out those hipster ears of yours and you won't have to ask me dumb questions like that ever again. There's another pause, then Victoria's looking out the window again, waving me off. Finish your food already, and then tell me what you want to do. It'd be a shame if I didn't give your amateur taste a chance. I'm so surprised that she's letting me take the reins that I almost do forget I have food in front of me. I also take the opportunity to think hard about my decision. There's no way I'm going to argue about this. This isn't a chance that comes often. It might be a little bit, but I kind of expected her to take complete charge. So, spit it out already. Let's be a bit confident. Should we? Yeah. I don't know. She'll feel like we're putting it all on her, like all the work. I think I know where we could go. Actually, I should save just to be safe, cause I keep forgetting to save, and I'm gonna mess it up and not get a kiss. You think? Victoria sips at her coffee impatiently, and I wipe at my mouth with a napkin. I backtrack a little, frowning. No, I know. That's what I thought. Where are we going? You'll see. I got a perfect place to take Victoria for this. Hopefully she doesn't find a way to chew me out anyways. Getting into Victoria's expensive car after leaving the diner was stressful enough. And it didn't really help that as soon as I sat down, she snapped at me for the directions, wasting no time at all. That didn't stop her from turning on the radio. At first I thought it was some kind of attempt to drown me out. But then she kept her trashy party music at the pretty decent level, which was kind of nice. Shows she cared enough to listen to me. It's your time to shine, Max. It's not every day you get to order Victoria around. Well, that's what I thought, but I just keep my voice as calm as I could in the face of Victoria's apparent displeasure and nonchalance. We make it in no time at all, due to the lack of traffic. Not that there's usually any traffic, it's sad to say, but Arcadia Bay is kind of like a ghost town these days. Before I came back to Blackwell, it used to be lively, or at least from what I remember from the days William took us around town, and Chloe and I started sword fights in front of two wheels. The thought is a little depressing. Oh, this again. Which is exactly why I picked the spot today. I thought if we were going to shoot anywhere, it should be somewhat vibrant. Somewhere with a little more life, for Victoria's sake at least. I can handle nature, but I don't think I've ever seen Victoria willingly shoot at a tree or a squirrel. People are more her thing. I think I'm the opposite of that. I don't like to take pictures of people, to be honest. I prefer taking pictures of scenery. Caulfield, Max? My train of thought is broken again by Victoria's demanding tone. It's edged with annoyance. It takes me a second to realize that she's already parked the car. Sorry, I zoned. As if that weren't inherently obvious, Jesus Christ, Max. I expect her to keep going on about it, so I frowned and opened my mouth to stop her, but before I do, she's already getting up and throwing open the door. This is it, right? You didn't zone and give me the wrong directions, did you? I half threw my nose, scratching sheepishly at the back of my neck. No, Victoria, this is it. Victoria gives me a look and then gets out of her car. I unbuckle my seatbelt quickly, fumble with my camera bag for a moment, and follow her out. As soon as I'm out of the car, the scent in the air hits me really hard, and a sharp contrast from the heavily perfumed scent from Victoria's car. My nose is filled with the salty tang of the ocean. My ears are filled with the idle chatter of people, the patter of their footsteps against the wooden boardwalk floor. I quickly focus on Victoria instead of on the cloudy blue sky, and I see her with her arms crossed, watching the people mill about. There's something about her I can't quite place. It almost looks like she's not even breathing. I see her exhale softly, and I wonder if I was right. Are you serious? What? I blink at the comment, unsure of how I should take it. There's something pensive in her tone, and then she pushes her lips. Nothing. I just expected you to bring me somewhere else. You did? With your taste, I thought you'd bring me somewhere bland. I can't help it. I have to turn my head away to hide my amusement. I think I know what she's getting at. Junkyard, no way. Park or lighthouse? Everyone goes to the lighthouse. Why are we ever at the park? Like the park? I watch as Victoria stands silent for a second and then kind of crinkles her nose. Yes, Max, the park. There's not a lot of substance there. Just trees and grass and squirrels, animals. Victoria huffs and raises her hand to fix her hair, as if she really does anything. Her hair is perfect nowadays. Toshi says she likes places where there's people, and in the lighthouse, not much people. The park, there could be people, not just animals. And the junkyard, no, probably no one there. Should be more sarcastic than that. I'm aware of that, it just doesn't seem like an interesting spot for a shoot. I think it's amazing. It's called nature. I think it's interesting. It's called nature, Victoria. I can't help myself, grinning a little in her direction and watching her eyes widen. She grumbles and looks off to the side. Like I said, I'm aware. That doesn't make it any more interesting. Anyways, I hesitate a little and go to walk around the car and join Victoria, since she doesn't seem like she's up to moving. Victoria's eyes are on me as I do so, and I gesture vaguely to the boardwalk. We should walk around, I guess, scope out the area. Clearly. She says that as if I were the one holding us up, and not her. As promptly as ever, she starts walking ahead of me and I follow after her before she leaves me behind. Victoria's always walks with purpose, whether or not she's actually got a reason to. I shouldn't be surprised if she does have a reason. Victoria looks like she's so busy all the time, and she even makes buying from the vending machine seems like an important event. This doesn't help me out at all, because Victoria's got a few inches of height over me, making it a little harder to keep up with her long strides. She's not that tall, is she? Does that mean you actually like it? I mean, I picked it for a reason. My breath comes out in a little pant, and that seems to bring Victoria's attention over to my attempt to match her pace. She slows down a little, waiting for me. At least I think she is. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, just stepping beside her and walking with much more ease. It's acceptable, surprisingly. Victoria frowns at a little groan that rolls off my tongue, and I bit my tongue to stifle anything else that comes out. It's a little frustrating, really. Victoria can act as standoffish as she likes, but I like the little credit. Alright, chill. I meant to say it's nice, okay? Oh, the way Victoria says that is surprisingly hesitant. I find myself staring at her in mild disbelief. Her eyes lock into mine for a split second, and I hold my breath at the gaze. She breaks it, and I'm able to breathe again. Wow, that was new? Thanks. Don't mention it, seriously. The edge slips back into her voice as if it never happened in the first place. I don't know whether or not I'm disappointed or not. You said you had a reason. Oh yeah, I definitely know why I picked the boardwalk. Not only is it gorgeous or that the atmosphere is calming, but it also feels like it brings life back into Arcadia Bay. Nothing feels stagnant here, not with the families trying to hold back their kids from darting into all the shops they can find, or couples relaxing as they watch the bay. In addition to that, I thought Victoria would appreciate the variety of models here. There's so many figures, so much to point a camera at. I thought you'd like it. That's why I asked, I guess. All of a sudden, Victoria stops walking and I have to stop before I walk ahead of her. I look at her, tilting my head a little. Victoria's giving me this dubious look, and then she crosses her arms. Oh man, what did I do to deserve her almighty wrath this time? You thought I'd like it? Why the hell would you care about that? I breathe in, and I hope I can explain it to her in a way where she won't snap at me. Nature is not your thing. Something that sounds more positive, I guess. Because you're bad at portraits, right? Victoria jumps her finger against her arm, considering my words, and then almost cautiously she speaks. Yes, I am. You noticed? Yeah, I've seen your work, and all your photos are pretty Abaddon-esque. You have an eye for framing people, so I thought you'll work a lot better somewhere where there's a bunch of subjects. Something in Victoria's expression softens, the heart set of her jaw relaxing. She makes a noise of approval, I think. I hope I'm doing this right. Thanks, Max. I do try. But I didn't ask for you to cater to me. I can hold on my own. I know that. I swear I wasn't doubting you. As soon as I've said that, I see her throat bob like she's swallowing something bitter. You had better not been. Like I said, this is a collaboration, so... I shift on my feet, feeling awkward just standing in the middle of the boardwalk, with no direction. Victoria catches the movement and then jerks her head towards the bench. I have no reason not to agree, and she knows that, so she heads over and sits down. You're super talented, Victoria, and I'm not just saying that to stroke your ego or something. Victoria snorts. Chill, Max. I am chill, I'm just... Save it. I'm not even interested in hearing some sappy hippie-ass explanation. This time, I'm the one who huffs. Some frustration burns at the back of my mind. mostly because one moment Victoria is tolerable and the next she's not. I fumble for a response to this. Victoria gets to it first. If you're going to bother telling me anything, then tell me what you're going to do if we win. The statement hits me kind of hard, and maybe it's worse because of the way Victoria says it. It's so serious. The minor irritation gives way to this odd kind of nervousness that flutters in my stomach. The same feeling I always get when someone asks me what I'm going to do with my photos. Or where I want to go in life, especially. How I'm going to get there. Victoria is staring right at me too. I can't read the look in her eyes very well. All I can focus on, otherwise, is the way the light from the sunset frames her serious face. My mouth feels dry. I don't really know yet. I press my palms against my jeans to stave off the nerves eating at my stomach, and I wait for her response. She looks back out towards the sunset, leans forward so her elbows are against her knees. If we win, I'm using these shots in my portfolio so I can submit them to the art gallery nearby. They'd be idiots if they didn't take my work, so I'm gonna make sure they do. This will be amazing exposure. Oh, I say this almost breathlessly, and I hope she doesn't notice how amazed I am. Victoria is so dedicated. If there's one thing I'm envious of, it's that. But I guess it's not really envy. I think it's more awe that keeps me looking at her. I wish I could be the same. Victoria seems so fearless. Let's praise her. That's amazing. The words come out before I can stop them. I rub my palms against my jeans. Victoria turns to me, tension still clear in the crease between her eyebrows. It's almost like she doesn't know how to respond to my praise. Thanks. I'm glad someone thinks so, even if it's you. So if you go and waste it for me, don't think I won't make your life hell. She's trying to threaten me, but there's something else underneath that tone, I think. There's a lot about Victoria that I still don't understand. I lean back on the bench and watch the sunset with her, unsure of how I'm supposed to feel. I want to find out more. Wednesday. When I chose to work with Victoria, I didn't think it would mean that I'd have to work around my sleeping schedule. What I mean by that is that today is 8 a.m. I'd been woken up by someone's insistent knocking on the door, and when I finally managed to force myself up, I'd found a fully dressed Victoria Chase standing at my door. If I didn't feel dorky in my oversized Back to the Future t-shirt and hot dog shorts while I was in bed, I definitely did then, in the face of Victoria's designer cashmere sweater and glittering gold jewelry. Luckily for me, it seemed like the morning hours had dulled down Victoria's desire to taunt me. All she did was demand I get dressed and meet her in the parking lot. That's how we ended up back in Victoria's car too early in the morning, trying to will my empty stomach to not growl in her presence. At the same time, I was kind of nervous as to where we were heading. And then I was just confused when we ended up downtown. Are you hungry? Victoria, for the first time this whole morning, suddenly questions, shifting the gear into park and turning the engine off with swift fingers. I find myself pausing for a moment, and she makes this face at me and clears her throat. Sorry, I'm still a little sleepy. Aren't we all? Does it mean you're hungry or not? Just a yes. I don't know about Victoria, but I'm kind of starving. When she came to get me, I didn't even have enough time to grab a bite to eat. I also don't think she's eaten either, but I'm not sure about that one. She might have gone to eat with her Vortex Club lackeys before coming to get me. Anyways, what's the worst she can say? I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. Good. I tip my head in confusion at the statement, and Victoria glances at me and waves off. Because I'm hungry too, Jesus Max. My stomach betrays me just then, growling way too loudly. I feel my face going hot, all the way up to the tips of my ears. Victoria's still watching me, and then she actually has the audacity to smirk smugly at me. Tactful, Max. It sounds like you have a fucking monster in there. I groan and slide down the seat, or at least I try to. The seatbelt kind of ruins the effect. Who knows when you would have woken up? I can't have you wasting time. The longer you sit there, the longer we go without food. Victoria opens the door, stepping outside. It prompts me to do the same, and when I do, I'm kind of awestruck by our location. It might sound lame, but I don't come downtown often. There's something about this place that reminds me of a smaller version of Seattle, definitely less polished and less clustered. Still, it's a step up from the barren streets of Arcadia Bay, and it looks like Victoria's taken us to the nicer side of town. Wowzer. Victoria hums appreciatively. What are we doing here? Do I seriously have to explain everything to you? I shoot Victoria a look, frowning again. No, you don't, but it'd be nice to know. I was thinking about our shoot, and this should be obvious. So Victoria, as she walks and talks, seems to be skimming over each of the shops. I do the same, following her gaze as it runs over the glass windows. Oh man, everything looks so ritzy. We should make an actual effort to prepare. We should actually make an effort to prepare. I don't want to be aimlessly pointing my camera around like a goddamn idiot, hoping to get the perfect shot. So I'm gonna start by making sure you're not pathetically underprepared for this. So what's that supposed to mean? I quirk my brow at her. She gestures vaguely to my clothes with a swipe of her hand. That means I'm gonna get you in something presentable for once. You might like to parade around with the fashion sense of a 5-year-old, but I could stand to see you in better clothes for our shoot. Whoa, okay, I actually feel a little defensive over that. I like my jeans, and this is my favorite Doe t-shirt. Hey, there's nothing wrong with my jeans and my graphic tee. Not everyone can afford to drag out their Gucci shirt with their Vuitton jacket. Victoria makes this noise, followed by a short laugh. You did not just say that. Jesus, no wonder you're such a fashion wreck. I almost pout at her, and then it kind of clicks. Wait. Okay, I'm going to be a model sounds a bit stuck up. You're actually going to photograph me? The thought slips out of my mouth before I can stop a bit, and it makes me feel a little uneasy, but on top of that, it makes butterflies flutter in my stomach. Victoria Chase doesn't use anyone for her shots. What? Well, you're bound to shop in them anyways, Max. It's not like I'm trying to actively photograph you or anything. Oh right, sorry, I just thought you want me out of your way. You know, so I don't deter your artistic visions or something. I think I'm actually smiling. I don't even bother to hide it. Victoria just clicks her tongue, rolling her eyes. Please, you couldn't even if you tried. Before I can respond again, this is it. Victoria stops in front of a particular shop, only before I'm able to get a good look at it. She's already heading inside. So I don't stand outside like a total dork. I follow her inside with all the grace of a newborn born. Instantly, I'm a little surprised. I was expecting she'd bring me to some really glamorous shop, someplace with all those glittering shirts and an oppressive atmosphere. Oh, hello, Madam Victoria, kiss kiss. Pleasure to see you, actually. Just take a huge wads of cash. I smile lamely at the dorky thought. Fortunately, the place looks totally normal. I'm actually starting to think I can afford this stuff. I take one look at the price tag of a shirt, and I honestly feel my heart stop. Whoa, I don't think... Oh god, don't get yourself a heart attack. Victoria comes over to me just to swap my hand away from the nicely pressed shirt. I press my clammy hands against my jeans. Victoria, I seriously don't think I can, And I'm telling you not to give yourself a heart attack. Chill out. Victoria sighs, ignoring my minor panic, returning to the display table again. Do you like beige or white? What? I'm not doing a very good job at holding myself together, and Victoria frowns at me. She has to come to me again, just to grab my wrist, guiding me over to the rack she'd been so heavily inspecting. These, Max, do you want to try them in beige or white? When I look again, she's holding a pair of white jeans and a pair of beige jeans. I hadn't even realized she'd let go of my hand. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about fashion. You kinda said that yourself. Victoria smirks a little. I did, and I was right. Still, I thought you'd like to pick something yourself. What do you think? I'm sure I can work with whatever awful option you choose. Thanks, Victoria. That's flattering. I feel really confident about my decision. Victoria hums softly and gestures to them again. I really have to pick something, huh? Let's pick white. I guess I'll just pick the white ones. I didn't even know that was a color jeans came in. Victoria tends to put the beige jeans back on the counter and I hear her snort. Jeans come in a lot of different colors. White isn't even the start of it. It was a good color though. You can really work with it. I think I just probably chose white because I remember like alternate Max was like wearing white jeans. Like beige, I wouldn't wear beige jeans to be honest because it's kind of skin color. I tried wearing like a shirt or beige jeans and it looks like I'm naked or something. Seriously, I wouldn't think so. It'll at least work on you and that's all we really need. Wow, thanks. Victoria pauses and huffs. It was a genuine compliment. Hold on to this. Before she even finishes the sentence, she's already shoving the jeans into my arms. If you're going with white jeans, you look good with a white shirt, not plain though striped. I remember. You look fucking awful if you wore plain white on white. Like that's like a nurse uniform. Victoria's walking through the aisles like she's a queen. I wouldn't have thought about it before, except now I see. She's kind of amazing. She really knows her stuff, and she seems so passionate about this. It's actually nice to see her so in her zone. To watch the way she struts around the store, sifting through clothes with this kind of silent ferocity, lips set into a determined grimace. Did you ever take off that stupid hoodie? Victoria turns to me with a flick of her wrist, and I straighten up a little. No, not really. Of course not. I just needed to know, so I could pick out a cardigan for you too. A cardigan? Yes, a cardigan, to throw over the shit. Your attire needs a splash of color, otherwise it won't catch anyone's eye. Crimson or violet? Violet. I respond with a lot less hesitation this time. Victoria finally focuses on me again. She opens her mouth to say something and then stops. A whole other second passes and then she promptly turns. Violet, so of course. It'll look better on you anyways. Crimson is too powerful, too commanding. Oh, I see. Victoria mutters underneath her breath, starting to head over to the counter. Wait. You're paying? Obviously. Wonderful observation, Max. There's no way I can actually let her do that. Don't. Seriously, you'll give me a headache. If you want, you can just go wait outside. Victoria stares at her nails, tone firm, and I already know this is a battle I've lost. I'm kind of dizzy. She's paying for me. I decide it's probably better to take her up on her offer. So I hand the jeans to her and leave before we can cause a scene by arguing or something. As soon as I'm out though, I actually feel kind of worried. I feel like I should pay her back, even if it's with something small. Maybe I can get her something from across the street. I heard they have a pretty sweet shop there. I've only got so long before she comes out, so I duck into the shop and I'm totally stumped. What should I get for her? Okay, let's save just in case. I think I made some good choices. Okay. Oh my god, I know she's like Okay, I think these are two choices. Okay. I think if we might get her the Ghost in the Shell figurine, that maybe she knows that we kind of spied on her or went into her room. The box of cookies is something less. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of saved it, so let's see where this will get us. I don't know a lot about anime, but I swear that one time I snuck into her room. So I think that was the wrong choice. I saw some dorky figure on her desk. I hope she likes this one. I went out of the store just in time to see Victoria exit. Jamming the gift into my bag, I crossed the street to meet up with her again. I almost thought you bailed on me. You're kind of my ride home, Victoria. I can't exactly run and leave. Victoria's irritated expression caves and I breathe easily. My stomach also grumbles again, surprising us both. Instinctively, I blush again and I find myself grinning sheepishly in her direction at the shocked little glance she's giving me. Not that I'm not having fun, but I'm totally ready to nosh on something. Where do you want to eat? Wait, you want me to pick? Oops, that must have come out more shocked than I thought. Victoria's full of surprises today, so I can't help it. I wouldn't be asking if I didn't. She scowls at me lightly and crosses her arms, the bags shifting on them. Just pick a radio, won't you? There's something about the way she says that leaves me feeling warm, and I rub at my own arm nervously, leaning back on my heels. Oh, do I have to save this again? Well, I know this place down the block. They make pretty cool crepes. Victoria presses her lips together and then nods slowly. Fine, whatever, lead the way. For the first time this morning, I do.